came up short today. Feels like I fell 1,000 times. Nothing but doubt to flood my mind. 'Cause sometimes it's hard to remember why I ever started racing with my dreams. A restless December, feeling I was meant for more than I believed. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I know as close as I am now, I will struggle, I will shout. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. I swear I meant to do this. I'm told that love would never lie. Where my head has met my heart and they are beautifully aligned. But sometimes it's hard to remember everything I've done that's brought me to this space. I started with embers, now a raging fire is burning in its place. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I know as close as I am now, I will struggle, I will shout. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. I know as close as I am now, I'm on my way. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But we've been living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Boku no mirai wa dare ni mo wakaru nai. Mina wa boku o damenai yasu to.
Good Friday morning. I hope everybody's doing well. What have we got here? Who all do we have in chat this morning? We have Asmo, Zero Core, Reese, Squatchin, Zero, Tuja, Inexpensive Games. Who else we have in here? GG, Seth, Victor, and I hope I didn't miss anybody. I hope I got everybody's name this morning. Listen, I appreciate you guys being here. That just makes me tickled. Thank you so much. The pre-teaser was a Fortnite clip. Oh, Seth and Gigi's fighting again. Oh, jeez. Edith. The teaser is always a clip. Build mode for yes, it was old school Fortnite. Exactly, Squatchin. You tell them. You tell them, Squatchin. We may have a new VIP here. So yeah. Exactly. It was some random. It was back years ago when I was still streaming over on Twitch. I was gaming streaming stuff on Twitch, and I met this young lad. And he said, "Yeah, we got a bunch of sweats." I said, "Well, what does that mean?" That's how noob I was at Fortnite. Yes, Victor, people still play Fortnite. I play it all the time. Yeah, I didn't know what sweaty boys were, and he educated me to what I was like, man. Uh, so Seth always wins. Even if Seth doesn't win, in her mind, she always wins. Going to play it tonight for game night, people. Listen, I had every intention of doing a gaming stream yesterday evening, but in my defense, I had to go to the doctor yesterday, right? And that was a very long day yesterday. The good news is the doctor was really happy. I know you probably can't tell it, but I have lost a little more weight. He cut one of my medications in half and told me basically to take the other one as needed because it's like a pain med to help me with all the stiffness and aching and stuff in my joints. And actually, the last couple of 3 weeks, I have been feeling a lot better. Of course, I've been trying to be a lot more active. I mean, I've actually been outside touching grass. Yes, walking, doing that type of thing, trying to be a little bit more, active. And the doctor said, it was showing, and he encouraged me to keep doing, and I'm going to try to. So he's no one. Victor, I'm afraid I will always be one of you guys, even if I try to run away, I will still. It's kind of like Al Pacino in The Godfather Part 3. Just when I thought they was out, they sucked me back in, right? All right. Are you guys ready to learn and talk about this TikToker by the name of thatchic and Squidney? Now, yeah, exactly. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This is a story that it was one of those deals where Purple brought it to me, but I think I had saw it like on a Twitter feed. And it's kind of one of those collaborative things, and those are always the best things, I think, right? Is when people put their minds together and they are able to come up with something. And I think this is good. I haven't seen anybody else talk about this, and this is not something that's really hit quote mainstream media or anything like that. So, but bear with me, okay? What else am I going to talk about? Connor and the Law Cow podcast? Nah. I think other people have done that. They've covered it quite well. Now Recording did a stream on it yesterday. I thought they covered it quite well. Thought they did really good. And I think all of them wound up with a block, not only from Keepstar, but the Law Cow Twitter. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. All right. So... But hey, you go get that coffee, Asmo. I had to go refill my cup before I started the stream because I looked down and I'd almost drunk this entire cup. I was like, good night. But anyway, let's get into this. Let's talk about that chick and Squidney, because this is something else. This is coming. Let me go here, and let me go over here, and let's do the coffee thing. Yeah, okay. I drank the coffee before it was cool, so now I can't feel my tongue. How many of y'all have done that? Right? Right? That's a horrible thing. Don't drink the coffee while it's too hot, because then you lose like the top 2 or 3 layers of your tongue skin. And then you can't taste nothing for like a week or two. Don't do that. That's a bad thing. All right. So, boom. We bring this up here. Okay. This is That Chick. Now, these TikToks are a little bit out of order in which they were released by the chick, right? But I feel like this is going to help us kind of better understand about this situation. Beautiful woman. She's from the great state of Tennessee, right? If you have never been able to visit Tennessee, you really should. Especially if you have any type of if you like country music, go and look at visit the old Ryman, where the Grand Ole Opry originated at, and go see the Grand Ole Opry. Anyway, it's just if you like country music, there's so much history there. I went there when I was probably, I don't know, like 18, 19 years old, something like that. Went over there. Actually went and seen the Grand Ole Opry and stuff. Had a really good time as a little family trip, whatever. Mom, dad, my brothers. But anyway, yes, 100%. Check it out. But anyway, this is That. She calls herself That Chick, but her actual thing is That Tennessee Chick, or TN Chick, right? Tennessee. But anyway, she's a beautiful woman. So in and around the end of last year, 2023, she and her husband at the time started having some marital issues, and they got divorced. Okay, so you're saying to yourself, well, Riv, why is this a story? Y'all, this is a story because of Squidney. And when you find out who Squidney is, you're going to see why this was such a story. Now, at the root of this story, there's some pain, there's some sadness, right? Because this was a marriage between this man and woman who had been together for 20 plus years. Okay. So there is some sadness, but guys, y'all, this woman, she tells, and some of the stuff it's hilarious. I laughed, right? Even though there's some pain and there's some misery, whatever, it's funny. So we're going to, let's see here. Speed 1x. Okay. So let's see. Can I blow this up? Make it. Yeah, we can do this and make it a little bit better here. So this, like I said, this is Tennessee Chick. This first video here is 8 minutes, 12 seconds long. She gives us a timeline of her. Like I said, it's a little bit out. This is a little bit newer one, but she finally gives us a timeline of the relationship between her and her ex. Okay. And I thought that was kind of good. We'd start there, so we kind of have a timeline, and then we can get into some of the other stories. So here we go.
Timeline. What's going on this wall? 2004. Marcus and I got together. April 9th, high school. I was a sophomore. He was out of high school.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys caught that. Marcus is her ex-husband. Marcus was out of high school. She was a sophomore. Now, that means she was probably about 16 years of age. Ballpark. Could have been an older sophomore. Could have been 17, depending on what time it was. But 16, 17 years of age. And Marcus was out of high school. Okay. Which means he was 18 plus.
05. He went to Jackson State. I was a junior in high school.
Okay, so Now in 2005, she's a junior, which means she's probably about 17, and he's a freshman in college, which means he's probably about 18 or so, somewhere in there.
'06, he went to Memphis. I graduated high school. I went to UT Martin. '07, Murray State. Marcus was still in Memphis.
2009.
2009 was the summer of, I went on the cruise with his family. I met his family for the first time. Shocker, I know, since we've been together since 2004.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb here, guys. If you've been dating somebody for 5 years and you just then get to meet their family, that is what they say is a red flag. Just saying.
His family. His sister was pregnant, and the whole family was excited. We go on the cruise, and lo and behold, Marcus and I have been together since 2004, and I end up pregnant. We're engaged, and we have to tell his family after his sister has a miscarriage. Yep, that was super fun. So his family, not the best start with me. Skip to 2010. 2010 brought Sawyer. We got married in 2009. Happily ever after. 2010 brings Sawyer in January, and life is living. And we have a 10-pound, fat-headed, cone-headed baby. And we are living life. And moved to Madden Street in 2011.
I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. Just stay there and keep talking.
Here we go, 2011-12. That brought the birth of Sawyer in 2010. We moved to Madden Street. Marcus graduated law school, and we moved back to Camden, Tennessee.
All right. So her ex-husband is an attorney. But not only is he an attorney, he is a divorce attorney, right? That's what his specialization in law is divorce.
Because he wanted to in 2011 and 12. His parents bought the house. We bought it from them. And we lived happily ever after on Madden Street for quite a while. 2015, my dad died and my life ended. 2020, I took a job with the tourism department of Benton County, Tennessee. And the Tennessee River Resort District and the mayor's office got a little crooked. My husband is the city attorney that works with the general sessions judge, and things got a little haywire. So we kept quiet about a lot of it. And
so this happens a lot. I don't know how many of you guys know southern towns, but in small little southern towns like that, what you'll have is they'll have an attorney that is has a private practice, or sometimes they can even be a judge, right? And what have you. But what they'll do is the cities will hire or have on retainer an attorney, and they're called the city attorney, right? But like I said, it's what they do in the small town South, because they can't have a full time, so it's just like a part time. And so, if there's something that happens, like if there's a personnel issue, like where somebody is being terminated, and they think that they were terminated without cause, and so they want to have a hearing or whatever. They don't really per se have an HR department. So what'll happen is they will have a hearing, and they'll come before the city board with the mayor and the other elected officials for the city, and they'll have the attorney there to kind of preside over things, anyway, to make sure that the city did not, do something that the way Asmo, don't even get me started on our legal system over here, right? Our legal system is pretty screwed up, right? It is pretty screwed up, but the one thing that we have over the UK legal system is, at least here in the States, you have the notion that you are presumed innocent until proven guilty, whereas over in UK, you're guilty and you have to try to prove your innocence. So I think that's a little bit of a leg up there. I don't know. I mean, yeah, whatever. But anyway, her husband kind of gets embroiled in this local entanglement, we'll call it.
And my life went into shambles. I cried every day for like 2 years almost. Every day in the basement where I drank alcohol and cried and wanted to die, and went to a lot of therapy that was paid for. So 2020, a dream came true for me. I was able to open up a shaved ice shop in my hometown that I knew would work from the time I was 10 years old and Keith Arnold opened one in the Value Max parking lot. I knew what flavors to add, how to market it. I knew it. And that's how I met Candace. Because Candace was on TikTok. TikTok was new. And I only hired cute, attractive teenagers that were on social media. And they taught me about TikTok.
And I love me some shaved ice.
Which taught me about Candace, and she loves shaved ice. So she came through the drive-thru.
A lot.
And I thought she had balls of steel to post on TikTok in a small town. And I was like, I can't judge this girl because I want to be this girl. I was obsessed. And that is how I honestly got to know Candace and how she came into my life. Small.
All right. As you can see there, Candace, these are besties. These guys are besties. These are ride or die, the Thelma and Louise, right, of Tennessee. That's who these two are. You'll see Candace a lot more in some of these other TikToks that we're going to watch because she has, throughout this entire divorce, she has been the rock that the chick here has hung and clinged to. I mean, flat out. That's the type of person, honestly, you want that kind of person in your life, right? Because I guarantee you, and some of these other things that you hear, they talk about, Candace just has this sense when the cheese is sliding off the cracker, you know, and she'll just show up, right? She just shows up. Wait till you hear one of these stories. She'll just show up, right? She is there. She has got her besties back. She's literally the wind, as Beth Midler says, wind beneath my wings. Anyway.
Small Town Snow brought Candace into my life. All right, so we're going to skip to 2022. 2022. I got an apartment in Nashville. Marcus helped me get this apartment. I had cried in the basement of our house for every day for years and years because he wouldn't hug me and I was sad. My dad had died. My life was over. I needed something to make me me. And I had just lost this job with the tourism department of our town. I didn't lose it and I didn't get fired. It's a scandal that involves my husband working for the city and the county and small town bullshit. We'll get there. That's another TikTok. But 2022.
Why is she venting online? Well, she's venting online. She's venting online inexpensive games because that's what people do, right? People take and air their most dirtiest of laundries online. That's what they do. And listen, while I do my best to not do that myself personally, I'm glad people like this do because it gives me something to watch and talk about and kind of, that's just the way we are. That's just the way society is today. People go on and they just air out their stuff. It's drama. It's now this is very personal for her because this is her actual life. It's not online drama where did this person say something to me about me in a voice chat somewhere or on a stream somewhere, or were they in Discords or DMs or whatever, that type of stuff. It's not that. This is this woman's real life. So it's not drama for the sake of drama. You know what I'm saying? It's not drama farming. It's not drama content milking. It's just, this is her life and she's putting it out there. And some people are just real comfortable with doing that, right? They don't care if you drive by and you see their panties hanging out their Fruit of the Looms hanging out there on the wash line, and maybe it has a hole in the seat of it or something, right? They don't care if you see it. That they're just that. And one of the things I'll say about this girl as I kind of watched, because we're not watching all of her TikToks because she has a gazillion of them. But one of the things that I'll say about this is this was kind of cathartic. This was helpful for her. She doing this, it allowed her, it gave her a place to vent, right? And not only that, but I'm fairly certain she probably even has made a little money off of this. And that's important. And you'll find out why here in a little bit, why that's important. Because while she had a husband who was a successful Southern lawyer, and if you don't know what that means, is basically is a Southern lawyer cannot help but be like successful and rich, because there's always some shady stuff that goes on in the South, man. I don't know. I don't know why, but it just some shady crap is all the time going on down south. There's always some. There's always backroom deals. There's under the table deals. It's just always, and it always comes to light. These people always get found out. It's just the nature of the business, and these lawyers sit back and profit off of it, right? So being a Southern lawyer, and being a good Southern lawyer at that, is very profitable. So she had, I'm sure, a fairly affluent lifestyle, good lifestyle, and all that was ripped from her. Okay, and we'll find out more about this. But this right here, I just wanted this here is she's just kind of giving a timeline. I thought it was good for us to know where they started at. Right, she was a sophomore in high school. He was already out of high school. They met up, started dating. Right, 5 years later, she and he finally get to meet her, what would be her in-laws on a cruise, where her future sister-in-law had just recently had a miscarriage and lost the child. Turns out she winds up pregnant on this cruise. They wind up getting married. This was in 2009. Subsequently goes on to have 2 children with this man. This was in 2009, and then in 2020, basically he gets embroiled in some shady Southern, shenanigans, which is what happens in the South. So this is the kind of stuff, like, if honestly, truthfully, if I I have got so much stuff about local crap that's going on just in my local community. Some of the shenanigans and stuff that I could tell you guys would just, yeah, exactly. Are you saying in the South things go south? Exactly, Asmo. Things in the South go south real quick sometimes. There are some shenanigans that is going on in the community here kind of right now that would make y'all's heads spin. But I ain't talking about it because there are lawsuits going on right now, like left and right. There are lawyers that are being sued that were listen, this can of worms that's going around here, and I just sit back. You know what I do? I just sit back and go, and watch this stuff. I just watch that stuff. No, Asmo's not getting a timeout for that. Bad puns. That's all we have around here is bad puns. But anyway, so we're going to this is kind of, we're getting in here now to where the divorce and stuff starts happening. So let's continue
Nashville. So 2022, I moved to Nashville. I get an apartment. And Marcus helps me get this apartment because I need something that makes me me again. I need something that gives me a will to live because, man, I've been crying like crazy. He's sick of this bullshit of crying. I'm sick of crying. We ain't getting along. Our kid is in the middle of this.
For the ones who commented, like, how can apartment save someone's life? It's material, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't the apartment.
It was the opportunity.
Itself.
It was what I was being given. It was the opportunity I was being given. And I will never discredit Marcus for helping me have that. I won't. He helped me have that, and he was a part of it for a long time. So I got that. Me and Candace started hanging out. She started coming to Nashville, and we started getting to know each other. God puts people in your life at certain times for certain reasons, and Candace understood so much of what was going on in my life because she had endured certain things that no one else in my life had. And she could commiserate and also lift me up in ways that no one else could. So that is where Candace has become a pivotal moment.
Was forged.
It was forged. No, that's a movie making aspect. 22, 23. That is when Marcus met girl number one. That's Taryn. Taryn worked at the pawn shop in our local community, and she had been arrested prior for some meth charges. Marcus was her attorney, and he took...
Oh, no. Not meth. Yeah, you can't listen. I don't think you can have a story in the South of any kind that does not involve meth. Meth and the South go together, guys, like peas and carrots these days. They're hand in hand. They are inseparable. It is ingrained in the culture now. It's sad. I'm not happy about it. As a Southern man, I'm embarrassed about it. It's but it is just our culture now, and just as much as moonshine was, it's anyway. It's
care of all that mess for her, and they forged a relationship, and that relationship got deep, and he fell in love with Taryn, according to her and his messages together. We'll leave it at that. And I continued to live my life in Nashville and in Camden part-time. I still went to all of our son's football games.
She was like back and forth.
I was
all
back
the
and
time.
forth all the time. Candace and I continued our friendship. That's how life was. Then 23 hits, and January, Marcus admits all of this to me about Taryn. January 7th, 2023, that's when that happened. He admitted everything about Taryn to me on tape, and that was a lot. That was a lot. And keep in mind, and I'll tell you, I had cheated on Marcus also because I had known about this Taryn BS. I knew. I had also cheated on Marcus. I'm not Miss Innocent over here and not claiming to be. But 23 happens, and that's what happens. Sent me flowers for my birthday and also went out with Taryn on the same day. So July happens. July 5th. I was arrested for aggravated domestic assault. And that's all we're going to say about that right now because it's an ongoing case. And then in August, he filed for divorce. In September, he started dating Sydney. 2024 comes around.
all right. So there we go. That's a timeline, and we find out that in the summer of 23 that Squidney comes into the picture. That's it. That's where I wanted to get to. Now, okay, we're not going to do this one. So this Squidney is the current love interest of her ex-husband. They started having what is the word I'm looking for? An adulterous relationship. And here's the thing about it, right? This Tennessee chick here, that chick, is she lays it all bare, right? I mean, she got into domestic with her, and she caught charges. Her husband was having a extramarital relationship with one of his former clients, a meth addict or a meth user. I'll put it that way. She was actually out, sampling the forbidden fruits as well. So they're neither one of them are blameless, right? Her husband left her for a squid. Yes, median, 100%. Wait till you see this. So as you can see here on the text on the screen, squid, you can't sit with us. So what happens is her husband at the time, Marcus, and this girl Sydney, who the chick and her bestie there called Squidney, start a relationship. They're in a relationship during the whole divorce process. The divorce stuff goes on. Anyway, but Squidney, well, here we go.
So this is a conversation between me, Squidney, and Candace that we all had. She wants to be part of our friend group. As you can hear her say, she needs to get out of my mess because she's a mess. A professional mess. A legal professional. Squidney Franklin is. But there's no doubt she wants to be a part of our friend group.
Like me, like you want to hate me, but like you also want to be my friend.
Yeah, no, if you just live with my husband, I would actually probably like you.
No, I'm not.
You could come hang out and eat Taco Bell.
Hell, I totally would. You know what I'm pissed about? They got rid of the steak case. What is it? Quesarito.
Squidney, you can't sit with us or eat Taco Bell with us.
Sorry.
You slept with my husband.
Ashley, look. What? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I clicked something. Anyway, so Squidney calls up the ex-wife, y'all, and wants to be like part of the BFF group. They want to be. She wants to be part of their BFF group. Now, I don't know a lot about women. I don't. As most men, you can be honest about it. We just don't understand you guys, right? Y'all's owner manual is like, I don't know, like 12 foot thick. And most men don't have the attention span to be able to read past the first page or so. And so I don't, but I'm wanting to think somewhere in that owner's manual, or whatever you want to say, instruction booklet. Maybe not owner's manual is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Don't cancel me again, Jesus. There's probably something in there about if you sleep with the woman's husband, I'm fairly certain that you can't be besties and go out for Taco Bell, right? Right? I don't. Yeah, steals her husband once in the friend group. I can see that exactly. So I'm not like really out of whack on this one, right? I mean, this is not right. This is anyway, guys. This one here, this TikTok we're fixing to watch here. This was the first one that I saw that was promoted and highlighted. This one right here. It's like almost 7 minutes long, right? So I would tell you, I think we can do the speed thing. Okay, I'm gonna turn this. What's the speed? Let's crank this up just a smidge, and let's watch this because we're already like after. Anyway.
17 days post-divorce, and I'm here to tell you how my 17-day-old ex-husband, he's only my ex-husband.
I don't like that. I know Southern people talk slow, but I'm sorry. Let's just back that up. I don't like that.
17 days post-divorce, and I'm here to tell you how my 17-day-old ex-husband, he's only been my ex-husband 17 days, how his mistress, Squidney, ended up sleeping on my couch last night, passed out drunk.
I want you guys, let that sink in for a second. Listen to what she says. Let's listen to that again. Because I don't think some of you people in the back heard what she said. Listen to this.
17 days post-divorce, and I'm here to tell you how my 17-day-old ex-husband, he's only been my ex-husband 17 days, how his mistress, Squidney, ended up sleeping on my couch last night, passed out drunk.
Inexpensive game. I don't want to listen to her bags like I'm her boyfriend. I'm not a fan of high school drama, and this is equivalent. See ya. Okay, that's cool. Not everything I'm going to do is going to be everybody's cup of tea. I get that. I appreciate it. You have a great day. No problems. No harm, no foul, bud. No harm, no foul. All Are you a pants or blue jeans type of guy? I either way. Either way. That's cool, man. Come on back some other time. Expensive games. You don't have to. You don't have to explain. Don't have to apologize, man. First the husband, now the furniture. Exactly. My knee jerk to that was be not in my house, right? Exactly. A shorts or blue jeans. I mean, depending on the weather. There have been days, right, where of a morning I wear blue jeans because it's cool. And then as the day gets on and the sun comes up and it gets a little warm, I will slip into some shorts. And sometimes they could even be blue jean shorts. But anyway, so Squidney, the current mistress of her ex-husband, who they'd only been divorced for a little over a couple of 2 weeks, shows up at her house drunk, y'all, and she lets her crash on her couch. So she's not like an evil woman here, right? She's done some things that weren't the best. I mean, she cheated on her husband, he cheated on her. She's got a domestic case, so on and so forth, right? But she's not like really a horrible evil person, right? But anyway, it's not. So she lets the mistress crash on her couch because she's drunk. Now, hang on, guys. You thought that was bad. Buckle up, because this gets better.
Candace is here to help me tell this story because she was also there. It was.
Yeah, she wouldn't answer the phone, so we have the kind of friendship where if we don't answer the phone, we're going to show up. So I showed up.
Candace showed up,
And
Sydney was in her jogging pants.
I said, what the fuck are you doing here?
In her jogging pants. Want to know why? Because Sydney came after she peed her pants.
I entered the Twilight Zone.
Did you catch that, guys? Did you catch that? So the current mistress is now in the ex's jogging pants because the girl was so drunk she peed herself. So rather than let her sit in her own filth, this woman helps her out even further and gives her some clean clothes to put on. Mother of God, I swear, I could not make this up. Marking so much territory. Sure. Yeah, why not? Okay, hang on. We're just 42 seconds in, guys, into a 6-minute and 53-second video.
Sydney peed her pants on the way to my house. Why was Sydney on the way to my house? Sydney was on the way to my house because
She was really following Marcus.
She was following Marcus to Camden. And she lives an hour away, keep that in mind. She came to Camden to find Marcus after they got into an argument that Candace and I got to watch on her security footage. She wanted to see Marcus's phone to see if he was lying about things. And he is.
So he walked out.
He got mad.
He said, bye.
He left.
I'm having no part of this.
And she got her happy little drunk ass in the car also. In that Bronco she told me she was going to give me.
So we have an attorney, because I don't know if you guys caught that or remember, but Sydney is a attorney of her own. I mean, she's also an attorney. So this person who is supposed to be a defender of the law, right, gets into a vehicle, drunk off her ass, drives to where the ex lives, in the process, urinates on herself, shows up drunk, sloppy, messy, and this woman here, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I have enough kindness in my heart to where if some dude was, if me and the wife, divorced, whatever, and she met some other dude and they had, and they were having their whatever, and he showed up I don't think I would let him crash on my couch. I sure as hell wouldn't give him a pair of my shorts if he peed himself. More than likely, I'm thinking a probably good old southern mud stomping ass walk it dry would occur and call the cops because his ass out driving drunk. But that's just me. I don't know.
And she came to Camden.
She came for a visit.
And she came to my house.
She wanted Taco Bell, guys. You don't understand. She sees you guys as the Three Musketeers. She wanted to do Taco Bell. She wanted that steak quesadilla, whatever.
She was drunk, intoxicated, could not drive.
She was upset.
She was very sad. Her sadness was sad. Her sadness was sad. We're not making fun of her sadness at all. I'm making fun of her for peeing her pants and stuff like that.
I feel bad for
coming to my
her.
house. I genuinely do feel bad for her sadness. I do. I know what it feels like to be that sad.
It sucks.
And she's that sad. She stayed all night and told me a lot of things and showed me a lot of things. And I'll tell you all those details. And you know, like part 2 and 3, I'm gonna do a series on this little event here.
Yeah, because it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
She stayed from.
I'm so proud of her composure. You don't understand.
Jesus is proud of me.
There was a couple of times.
Jesus is proud of her. You know what? I laugh at that statement, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I mean, she definitely did the Christianly thing. I mean, took care of the woman. I mean, I can't begrudge her that. She 100% did, but Lord in heaven. Lord.
Where I felt like
Most people would have socked her in the face or smothered
Exactly. Smothered her in her sleep.
her with a pillow, not give her one to sleep with.
Yeah.
I gave her a blanket
nowhere.
and an extra pillow. My dog snuggled with her.
Oh my God,
I
the
washed
dog.
her feet, basically. It's Holy Week.
She washed her feet, y'all. Oh God, this woman. I'm gonna tell you, something. She is a strong woman. I have the utmost respect for her. I really, truly, I do. I really, 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 truly do. I do. I really do. She took the couch, the husband, and the dog. Meaning, you can't. This is a country song waiting to be wrote. I'm not even 1,000%. This is a country song waiting to be written. I mean, guys, put yourself in her shoes. If your ex's current play thing showed up to your house, pissed drunk, literally pissed drunk, would you have the charitability in you to not only allow them to come in, give them some clean clothes to put on so they didn't have to sit in their own filth, but give them an ear, because when someone drunk, they don't want to talk, then allow them someplace to lay their little head down, give them a blanket to boot, and allow your dog to crawl up and cuddle with this thing. She took the high road for sure. Listen, at this point, I'm thinking this woman needs to be nominated for sainthood or something. Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating to that. Good Lord.
But she had a goal in coming to Camden, and it was to track Marcus down. I don't know if she got anything accomplished.
He ghosted her ass.
He turned his location off.
Yeah, they share locations.
They do. That was his idea.
Well, you know that's true love when you share locations, right? When they can sit there and ping you on the phone, they know each other. Now that's true love, right?
Yeah, that's projection. You know, because he was trying to make sure that she felt secure before he lied. Because he knew he was going to. But Sydney wants me to feel sorry for her, and I feel sorry for her sadness, like I said, but I don't feel sorry for the zero amount of accountability she takes in her part in this. So I'm not.
I don't know if I understand that. I feel sorry for her sadness. I don't know if I understand that logic, and I don't understand. I don't think maybe I'm just not intellectual enough, or I guess maybe what she's saying is she's sympathetic to what she's kind of going through because she's been there, right? She's this Sydney is now kind of going down the same road that she has went with this man, her ex-husband. I don't know, this is just too twisted. I mean, is she taking pity on her? I don't know so much, Asmo, if she's necessarily taking pity on Squidney. I think it's as more of she's seen a fellow human being that is in distress, and she found somewhere within her to do what is called the Christian, what we in the South call the Christian thing to do. And that's what she did. Somehow she was able to look past the fact that this was this was the woman who her husband was having extramarital relations with when he asked her for a divorce. And and it was still, I guess, up until this time. I don't know I don't know at this point in time if the ex and this Squidney are still together or not, because it's kind of in the air, but I just, like I say, I don't know if I would have that same charitability within me. Um, um, you don't sleep with a married man. Yes, right. But as a married person, you don't sleep with somebody else either, right? Which they both did. Um, According to what the chick here said, though, he cheated first, so then she cheated. Well, two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're just lowering yourself down to that person's standards, and I don't think that was the right thing to do. I'm not standing in judgment of her. I'm not condemning her or anything like that. A lot of times that's what happened. One partner will cheat on the other, so then the other partner feels like, well, okay, if they're cheating, then I might as well cheat too. I'll get even. An eye for an eye leaves both people blind. That's it's kind of, and it's like that old adage, right? When if you go looking for revenge, you might well dig two graves, right? Because you're gonna wind up right there next to them, right? Like I said again, remember, guys, when I first started telling this story, I said, remember, at the heart of all of this, there's sadness because a couple who was married for 20, were together for 20 some odd years, have a child. That marriage ended. It ended because of infidelity, and that's sad. Um, because you have two people who at one point in time loved each other. You have a child that has now a broken home. Um, another aspect of this too, and this kind of goes back to what I can't remember who it was. There was several people asking, why are this out? Why by the inexpensive gaming? I think it was anyway. While I'm tickled to death from a content creator side of things that this stuff is out here because it gives me something to talk about and look and kind of respond to and interact with. That aspect of it is great, but if this channel doesn't go down, as far as her TikTok doesn't go down and what have you, at some point in time, because let's see, their son was born in 05. No, their child was born in 09. So this is 2024. So that means that child is, how old is her child? Let me see here. Do calculations. I can't do calculations in my head this morning. Hang on. So, okay, their child's 15 years old, right? Their child's teenagers. So the chances that their child may be very well seeing these TikToks and watching all this play out between his mom and his dad and all this stuff that's going on, that's not good for this kid. That's not good for the child, the teenage kid either, right? But that, 15-year-old kid, let's stop and think for a second, right? That 15-year-old boy is close to the same age of his mama when she met his daddy. Me, the dog was the only one who got a W in the entire ordeal. Bro was able to sleep on the couch and get head pats. Exactly. Exactly right. Other thing, right, is the kids at school and they hear all this stuff and they exactly right. But that's always been the question too, right? When you see these family vloggers and these whatever, um, the kids when they grow up, how the kid's gonna feel or I don't know. I mean, all my boys are grown or whatever. But I, like I said, there's more to this story. There's a lot more to this story. Like any of these type of stories, there's TikToks for days about this stuff. Um, if you're so inclined and you want to kind of maybe continue on, uh, please go check it out. But anyway, like I said, I just this TikTok here was like the one that really kind of showed was the first thing that I saw, whatever, and that's when I got to digging deeper and looking into this, and I was like, for the love of Pete, right? I mean, it's like I just couldn't get over one the nerve of the other woman, drunk or not, which she shouldn't have been out driving, but drunk or not, showing up at the ex's house sloppy, messy, and wanting the ex to basically be her companion, right? Buddy. I mean, what did she get up the next morning and want her to fix her some coffee, eggs, and toast or something? I don't know. I mean, kid, Lord in heaven, what is this? Hey, Peepaw, one last question. I don't mean to. If you could live anywhere in America, would you live if you had lots of money and the ability to just want? Okay, if I could live anywhere in America, where would I live? Right where I live. Um, it's my childhood home. It's where I spent the most impressionable years of my youth. Was in this community. Um, my roots go deep here. My family, extended family, all live uh, within a very short distance of me. We get together at a shake of a hat. Um, you know, um, I wouldn't. Now, there's lots of other parts of the world that I would, I want to go and see, and like I've been to Canada. I think Canada's a beautiful country. I love Canada. The Canadian people are very nice people. They're uh, the French Canadians. I'm not going to say that they're not nice people. They just have this aura about them where they're a little bit, and especially when it's like sometimes the way they talk, especially when they start speaking the French Canadian, um, uh, can you be a little bit, but other than that, no, that the Canadian people were wonderful. Um, the other place I would really love to go, I'd love to go to Europe and just all of Europe. I went to UK, Ireland, Scotland. Once I get over there, I want to go to all the European countries over there, because that's where I descend from. That's where my roots go back to from as far as my ancestors and stuff that I would love to go see. I don't really have any ties or connections or anything like that. I mean, I'm not, but I would love to go see There's just something about when I listen to um, the music from that, especially Scotland and Ireland. Well, it's just something that speaks to a real deep part of me, and I want to go and experience that maybe. Anyway, what else? What else? What boy, Victor, all up in here today. If you were like, I don't know, a science sake, a pro wrestler, where would you hail from? Parts unknown. I don't know. You don't have an aura. Well, like I said, but here's the deal. I only met like when I was up in Canada, squatching. I only met like two people that were French Canadian, and one of them was a border crossing guard. So rigid. You know what I'm saying? It was so so. I've been to Ireland and it's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I one of my favorite, actually one of my favorite John Wayne movies, and it's not even a western, is The Quiet Man, right? Which is set in Ireland, um, and that's that. When I conjure up thoughts of Ireland, that's what I know. That's not realistic, but that's what I in my mind. That's what I look at it. Ireland as being is this quaint little village where there's a local pub where the men go and hang out and have their pints and that's yes, Scarlett O'Hara. That's Gone with the Wind, but if you're talking about Katie, Katie was the name played by oh Catherine. Oh, what was her name? Yeah, but um, anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna wrap it up today, guys. I listen. I appreciate you guys being here this morning. Hopefully, you guys got some enjoyment, some entertainment from that chick. I have a whole bunch of more videos, but I'll save them for like next week. What's this? I can't stop laughing. Victor is absolutely recreating Peepaw's likeness and WWE 2K to beat him up. Victor, is that what you're doing? Are you recreating a dadgum caricature of me in WT? Oh, God. Yeah, Marino hair. Yeah, that's right. Well, you have fun with that, Victor. Crazy guy. Oh, Lord. Oh, me. But anyway, listen, thanks. I appreciate you guys. Uh, what's that here? You have to make one of him. I don't have the game. I looked at it, but I'm not much into those type of games anymore. Back when I was younger and was really, well, I really was watching wrestling back in the day in the late '90s, early 2000s. I had, I had a Super Nintendo, was no N64, and I had, like the WCW and the WWF games and stuff, and would play them and play them with my boys. Um, and we would do the wrestling things together, and we'd even play the Mortal Kombat games against each other, little fighting games against my boys. But I just really and I'd rather defend Super Earth against bug and bot threat. I've been doing my part for freedom. I have. I've blown up a few bugs, killed a few robots, things like that. It's an enjoyable game. It's a great little old team game to play with your buds. It's a lot of fun, especially when you get to drop like large bombs on top of their heads and then laugh at them because they get your buddy gets blowed into like 4 or 5 different pieces. It's pretty cool. And then Fortnite, I still play Fortnite a little bit here and there. But and like I say, I will try to maybe this evening, depending on how the night goes, the day goes, work goes, and all that kind of stuff. maybe I'll try to do. I know. I think if I think maybe possibly I think D-Max may be doing a Fortnite stream today, playing some Fortnite on Fridays. I think that's kind of his thing. So you guys, if you want, whatever, and he does squad up with people. So if you want to play some Fortnite with some, he plays different people. Democracy, yeah, exactly. But also last night I enjoyed. Speaking of K Huck, I was watching K Huck's stream last night. She had the Log Owls on. That was an interesting stream. Check that out. Now Recording did a midday stream yesterday. They went over all the hoopla and the brouhaha that's going on in and around the Log Cow podcast. Don't know. I don't know where things are going to settle out on that. But if you want, if you want to kind of know what's going on with that, definitely check out their stream for yesterday. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed listening to it. To give those guys a holler. And Nerdy John has been doing really well here lately. Matter of fact, I don't know. Let's see. Is he streaming today? Squatching. Has Nerdy got a stream this morning? I didn't know he was doing one yesterday. Or I would have. But I think he went after I ended my stream, or I would have loved to have rated in on him, but I think he went in like later. He doesn't look like he doesn't have anything. He may be working today. He's working, yeah. But anyway, Nerdy John did a stream yesterday. The Dark Viper AU stuff is just he's really a gift that keeps on giving. To guys and stuff that are still work sucks, by the way. It does. And it dawned on me, it really hit me that because I'll be turning 56 this year, and I think I've got all my ducks in a row. I think I've got all my I's dotted and T's crossed to where I'll be able to retire when I'm 60. And so basically in a little over 4 years, so like in December of 2028, December 31st, I will have been officially returned. So I will be retired. So if the good Lord is willing, as they say, and the creeks don't rise, hopefully when that happens, coffees with Peepaw of a morning can be a lot longer. I won't have to, I won't be up against a clock to punch in for work and stuff. Do we get Peepaw every morning? I don't know so much about every morning. It's going to kind of be, depending on what I, can find out there to talk about. Because one of the things I definitely know, and I promise you guys this, I'm not going to force a show. I'm just not going to force it. If there's not something out there that I can find humor to talk about, even if it's a sad story like what we did this morning, there's still some humor in it, and there were still some things to laugh about. And if I can't do that, if I can't find that, and it's not like small YouTuber type stuff, then I won't do a show that morning. On those mornings, what I might do if there's just not anything, maybe I just fire up the gaming stream and I play some games over on my gaming channel, and we just do gaming shows. We could do that, and we could talk, maybe talk a little bit about things over there, whatever. People can call in. We can squad up, play some squad games or whatever. Yeah. Now that I could do. That 100% I could do. That no problems with that, So anyway, also don't forget, guys, Squatching has been doing some live streams, playing some games, right? Gigi's doing some stuff. Let's see. What about, let's see. What about... oh. What's Asmo? Asmo hasn't done anything for over a month. Asmo. Why haven't you done anything? Huh? Come on, Asmo. Get making some more videos, dude. But anyway, we'll get out of here. I've got to get to work. Listen, appreciate you guys. Have a great day. It's Friday. We survived another week. Hopefully you guys, I've got a lot of family plans this weekend. I got family coming in from out of state. We're going to be doing the whole Southern family thing, get together, whatever. I'm really looking for, I made your call. Okay. But anyway, you guys have a great, like I said, great weekend, a great day. Go support, those creators you like, right? Make sure that you're giving them thumbs up. Make sure you're sharing it out on social media platforms that you're on. Encourage them. We all we all need that from time to time. So anyway, have a great day. I'll see you later. Remember, guys, to always, always, always keep your powder dry, and I'll see you in the funny papers.
Baby, I'm a